Diamond C Fundamental for Success number 19, keep the faith. Maintain a long-term view beyond the challenges of the day. Life will go on. Keep this in perspective. Strive to trust and support one another even when challenges come your way. Maintain faith that we can and will be successful. Be a dealer in hope for the future. So this fundamental video is an extra special one because I have my mother and co-founder of Diamond C, Kim Crabb, here with me to talk about what it means to keep the faith. So, Mom, thank you for joining me to talk about keeping the faith. I'm excited to hear some of your wisdom and perspective on this principle. It's one that I would say, from what I know about the story of Diamond C and my time here, and obviously growing up in your household, that this is one of those fundamentals that are absolutely embedded in the core of who we are and who the company is and our culture here and what we do. And so much of that stems from you. So excited to hear some of your perspective on it and what it's meant to you over the years. So you and Dad started Diamond C from scratch 37 years ago. We know this. Now you know this. I know that in 37 years, and especially in those startup years, that y'all encountered plenty of challenges, roadblocks, and even heartbreaks along the way. So my question is, how did you manage to keep the faith when the challenges of the day were vast and even seemingly insurmountable at times?
Well, as you mentioned, there were many of those times throughout the years, and but you just have to keep your faith and keep your mind and eye in view of the goal that you have in mind and what you're trying to accomplish. So whether it's in daily life, whether it's in business or family life, business, whatever, yes, you just keep your mind focused on what your goal was when you started that project or when you started that business, and keep the faith toward that goal.
Yeah, so really keeping the perspective beyond the challenges of the day. Keep your
Absolutely.
eyes fixed on that horizon out ahead in the future.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man, and that's so tough to do in those moments of despair almost, but
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely
gets us through. So where does your faith come from?
Well,
And hope.
First and foremost, it comes from God. Mm-hmm. All those times I definitely had to turn to God to get me through that day or to get me through that issue. There was others that play into that too. A lot of inspirational people, encouraging people that sometimes I would turn to, and they had good words to encourage me and say, just keep going.
Absolutely. I think that's so important that we put our faith in things that are steadfast, things or people, God, faith, friends, advisors, people that are steadfast, and
trustworthy.
Absolutely. So do you have any specific memories that you could share of a time when your faith was kind of the only thing that got you through, or when your faith prevailed, so to speak?
Absolutely. I guess the biggest one in the 37 years was probably in around 2007 or 8, when I think they called it the housing bubble burst, mm-hmm. and the economy went just downhill quickly. And at that time, we were also trying to recover from closing a plant in Utah that we'd had open for several years. And so that was a very, very difficult time. And I had to have a lot of faith, because I did have a couple of people tell me, you probably should just close the company. That's what it looks like. We didn't want to do that. So we had to have a lot of faith and just to make the right decisions. A lot of prayer in that time too, but that we would make the right decisions for our company and for it to go forward.
Yeah, and from what I've heard about that season, I was here at the tail end of it, but a lot of that faith in that season was really a leap of faith.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Having to really dig in and take a leap of faith.
There was many hard decisions made. Mm-hmm. Lots of buckle down, and if you're going to get it to go forward, you're going to have to do these things and be strong on those things.
Yeah, for sure. So I always remember you, as I kind of said a moment ago, I always remember you as steadfast and focused and determined, faithful and hopeful through the challenges, even, family things growing up, and watching you as my mother, but leading a business, and overhearing conversations and overhearing what you and Dad were working on with Diamond C, and just always remember you steadfast and focused and determined with your eyes fixed on that horizon ahead. I would say you've definitely been a dealer in hope for me and many others in that respect, a dealer in hope over the years. So why do you think that it's important for us not just to keep the faith within ourselves, within my heart and my mind, not just to keep the faith within ourselves, but also to be a dealer in hope and to share it with the people around us?
Well, and I believe dealer in hope would also means to be sharing, to just like never give up, be bold, press on, and to share that with others, and especially being a lady, because a lot of times people think that ladies can't be, well, not so much now, but back then, ladies can't be the head of that. And we have 2 or 3 dealers that are led by women, and I've talked to all of them before that said, just keep striving. You are it. You are it. You can do this. And so, and I think we need to share anything we have that helped us through and be that dealer of hope to others out there.
Yeah, we never know what the others are going through either, right? So anytime we're a dealer in hope, we never know when we're filling that almost kind of critical gap that helps them push through, help someone else push through and keep their eyes fixed on the road ahead.
And I've probably had several of those people that didn't know what I really needed to hear from them, and they were very encouraging to me.
For sure. We all have, for sure. So thanks very much for joining me, for sharing your heart with us this morning. And thank you for setting an example for me and for all the other people around here of what it means to keep the faith through thick and thin, because you've absolutely done that and instilled it in this organization, in our culture, in our people. And that overflows into being a dealer in hope for thousands and thousands of people through the work that we do here, which is an amazing thing. I was just going to say, I kind of felt like I grew up with that in my house too, with my parents, because I feel like, especially my dad, anytime I would say something to him about something I wanted to do, he's like, you can do it. Set your mind to it. You can do it. You've got this. And so I feel like he did that and gave me hope the whole time to do whatever. That's
and especially when he is the one that took the leap of faith to help us start Diamond C in the first place.
Yeah.
Because my mom was kind of like, maybe we shouldn't spend that money. We don't know about that. And he's like, he had faith in me. He had hope and trust. So.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. That's so much of what it means to be a leader, and the opportunity that we all have to influence our children, and to start with, and the people around us. Keeping the faith and encouraging, keeping our eyes fixed on the road ahead. It's so impactful. We have the opportunity, all of us, no matter what our role is in Diamond C or elsewhere otherwise, we all have an opportunity to be a really positive, impactful influencer through how we do or don't keep the faith, right? How we keep the faith and how we share our faith and our dealer in hope through challenges and challenging seasons and all those things, for sure. So to anyone out there that is striving to fuel the growth and success of your team or career organization, remember, growth usually requires a stretch or some stress. Sometimes a great deal of stress, as we said, kind of through thick and thin, through unknowns, through insurmountable challenges. And your faith is what will see you through when the going gets tough. Your faith is what will see you through. So be careful to build your faith on a firm foundation, on a trustworthy foundation, and maintain it. Invest in your faith and keep that long-term view beyond the challenges of the day so that you can be a dealer in hope and a positive, impactful influence on the people around you.